Chicago. Tonight we wrap up the first 13 weeks of the season, and we got a good Monday nighter in store, as it'll be the Blues of Memphis taking on the Thunderbirds of Chicago.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for our visiting Memphis ball club, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Not
set to go now on a wet and rainy night. And off we go to wrap up the week on a Monday night.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 9th-year quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
When you look at this defense,
this unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. He'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Throwing to start the drive. Matthews. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wolf. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 20-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Matthews. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that'll make it 3-0 here in the first.
Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. The numbers on Moss from last week's game. 7 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Ball start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And a second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
When you look at this defense,
This unit, they struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
But they lack in pass defense. They do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's the conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass? They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Matthews. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Wolf, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
It's 2nd and 8.
Here's 2nd and 8. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 8 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
And their success running the ball in the previous game has to give them a lot of confidence, but they also understand going against a top 5 rush defense means you have to have a lot of offense in your game plan. Misdirection, counters, power game, maybe even some quarterback run to take the heat off of the running back.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
But that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Matthews. Pressure comes and down he goes. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Well, they bring their punter out there now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Now back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Rowe. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Ball start, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They run the counter. Wolf. And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On to the 2nd quarter. Memphis in possession of the football.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Sanchez. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. Instead, it's 4th down.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, That answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Here's 2nd and 7.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Matthews. Now they go screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Taking on the midfield logo. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Throwing to start the drive. Matthews. Throwing right, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 16-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Matthews. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Up the middle they go. It's Wolf. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun. Matthews. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Chicago. 46 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Matthews.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Being checked. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
To throw on second down, Matthews. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Thunderbirds go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
But now he appears to be in some pain. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Clark. They needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
So they bring out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. On 1st and 10, Matthews. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0, our score.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Matthews. And he will find his man on the outside. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back to throw. Matthews. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
This 2nd and 4.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Now 2nd and 3.
Back to throw again. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up the coast on Chesapeake Bay in Virginia Beach, Virginia, where you see the final score there. A touchdown, the difference, 21-14, the final score. From there, we're off to check out another game. And as you see, they were losers earlier this afternoon. 35-23 was the final. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And as you see, they were winners in their ball game. Trevor Lawrence, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. We were certainly treated
Coach,
to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Matthews. And his throw is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. They'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Operating from the gun, Matthews. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Now a toss here, short side. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Throwing on first down. Matthews. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Operating from the gun, Matthews.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Matthews.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
But he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Ball start, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 15 at the 16-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Matthews. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
To throw on 3rd down. Matthews. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
And they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to.
And Andrews lost the football.
And one of the linebackers has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
On the RPO, that's complete right side. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Looking to throw. Matthews. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
To throw on second down. Matthews. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Matthews. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So just 3 points there, but that important in the grand scheme of things because it's now a 3-score lead.
And to now, the other guys haven't shown that they can do anything offensively, so just take the points, keep adding that cushion, and let your defense win you the football game.
Here comes Andrews.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's a 2nd and 7. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. And on now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw.
Quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanchez. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
On play action, they'll throw.
Well, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Here's Allen. And bulldozing his way through.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Matthews. He finds his man. Complete. That's Alexander. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards and a Chicago first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At their 48-yard line.
Back to throw. Matthews. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter and a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Clark. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
And it is caught. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Rowe. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Clark. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Rowe. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
2nd and a couple.
2nd down at the 15-yard line.
And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
False start. Offense.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Up the middle they go. It's Clark. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
They'll keep it on the ground. Clark. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And, oh, it'll be intercepted.
Well, a field goal is probably not going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
At the 20-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
On the play. 2nd and 10. At the 39-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Wolf. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Here now, a 3rd down and 8.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you or what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They were maybe hoping for a little bit of a back shoulder fade there, and that's a play that's been in vogue the last few years in all aspects of football. But they couldn't get the hook up there.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rowe. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. 2nd and 9 now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rowe. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
A gain of 9 yards.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man complete. That's Rowe.
Complete to number 85. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
They'll set up a throw.
At the 35-yard line.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Back to throw here. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Blues are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. But there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Chicago, the win form is number 6 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Memphis, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.